Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to learn how to make and design the Lego Man legs. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is go ahead and start a new design. We're going to change our units here to millimeters. Okay, so make sure they say millimeters in case you want a 3D print. Always a good idea. And plus the Lego Man, the dimensions are very small and millimeters just works better. Alright, so let's go ahead and select OK. We're going to start a sketch here on our XY plane. Drag out a 2-point center rectangle here, and we want those dimensions to be, I'm going to zoom in here, we want those dimensions to be 7.82, okay, I'm sorry, 7.09. Hit the tab button, and we want that dimension to be 7.82. Go ahead and select enter. Okay, I want to zoom in. Let's finish our sketch, and we're going to extrude this distance here, a distance of 3.26 millimeters. Go ahead and select OK. Now we're going to go ahead and start a sketch on this surface right here and make sure this is the longer one, 7.82, and we're going to drag out a square now, something like this, okay, and we want to make sure our lines are on top of each other, and now we're going to go ahead and dimension this guy to be 5.63 millimeters, okay. Go ahead and finish your sketch, and we're going to extrude this surface out now a distance of 8 millimeters. Go ahead and select OK. Now we're going to start a sketch on the side of our leg here, just like that, and we are going to, okay, somewhere over here, we're just going to drag out a circle with a diameter of 7 millimeters, hit enter, and then we're going to add a tangent constraint to this, to that. Okay, now we're good. Let's go ahead and finish our sketch, and we're going to extrude this guy out, okay, a distance of, let's see here, minus 7.09, and make sure it says join there and select OK. Okay, starting to look more and more like our Lego Man leg here. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and start a sketch here on the bottom of the foot here. Okay, I'm going to rotate it this way, and we're just going to drag out a square kind of like in this area right here, and we're going to dimension it here now so that it's from the side of our foot, it's 1 millimeter on both sides. From the front of our foot, it is 1.54. And then from the back of our foot, it is 1.44. Enter. We're going to go ahead and finish our sketch, and we're going to go ahead and extrude and cut into the foot here a distance of 2.11 millimeters. Whoops. Edit feature. We want to cut, and let's type in minus. There we go. Select OK. Alright, so now let's go ahead and start a sketch on this surface right here. Okay, I want to flip it around so the foot looks something like that. Okay, and now we're going to once again draw out another square here, kind of like the last one, something like that, and we're going to dimension this distance to be 3.335. Let's go ahead and finish our sketch, and now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut and extrude up into the foot here a distance of minus 7.2 millimeters. Make sure it says cut, select OK. Okay, so now we kind of have like this hollowed out leg thing here, okay? Alright, now we're going to go ahead and draw a sketch here on the back of our leg here, and I'm going to rotate it around. Okay, and I'm going to draw a circle, so I'm going to find this midpoint here, come up, make a circle with a diameter of 4.87 millimeters. I'm going to draw yet another one, okay, above it, somewhere in this vicinity up here. Same diameter, 4.87 millimeters. Okay, and we're going to dimension these from the side here, 3.45 millimeters. Okay, and then we're going to dimension this one from the bottom of this line. We want that distance to be 11.79 millimeters. Enter. We want this one here to be a distance of 4.08 millimeters. Okay, and I'm going to zoom in, and then we're going to draw a line, something like, just find the circle. Okay, and I think it's called a chord or something in geometry. We're going to create that. We're going to trim this guy right there, and we're going to dimension this distance here to be 2.61. Okay, looking pretty good. Let's go ahead now and finish our sketch, and we're going to extrude that guy, and that guy a distance of minus 2 millimeters. So we cut, select OK. Now we're going to go ahead and start a sketch here on this surface right here, and we're going to project the geometry of the outline of it. Select OK, so this little center point shows up. Then we're going to draw a circle with a diameter of 7.6 millimeters. Select Enter. Okay, then we're going to finish our sketch, and we're just going to extrude a little tiny bit. Okay, and we're going to extrude minus 0.23 millimeters, and make sure it says cut and select OK. All right, so we have something now that looks like. All right, now let's go ahead and start a sketch right here. We got to create the hole in our leg for our leg to attach to the connector piece here. So once again, we're going to project some geometry right there. Select OK. We're going to grab our circle tool, find the center point of the circle, and we're going to create a circle with a diameter of 2.45 millimeters. Okay, finish sketch. We're going to extrude now, and we're going to go a distance of minus 5 millimeters. So we cut, select OK. All right, so now we got something that looks like that. All right, so now let's go ahead and start a sketch here on this surface, and we're going to project some geometry, but first let me rotate it around like that. So we got something that looks like this. Okay, so now let's project some geometry here. We're going to project that guy, this side, and this side, and select OK. Okay, now I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to draw a line that starts on my projected geometry feature right here. I'm going to go up and over and then perfectly down to my projected geometry, and I'm going to use my parallel constraint just to make sure these two are parallel. So we're good there. I'm going to use my dimension constraint now, and I'm going to come on over here, and I want this distance right here to be 2 millimeters. This distance right here to be 1.72 millimeters. Okay, and this distance from here to here, I want that distance to be 0.443. Okay, enter. And then we got to come over here and we got to complete our loop. So we got to draw a 3-point arc. Okay, so that, boom, that shows up. Now we know we're on this arc and we're good. Okay, now we can finish our sketch. Our loop is closed. And now we're going to go ahead and extrude this portion out. And we're going to go the other way, a distance of minus 4 millimeters, and make sure it says cut and select OK. Okay, so we have something that looks kind of like that. All right. All right, next thing we're going to do is on this little tiny edge right here. Okay, we're going to add a chamfer. And we want that chamfer distance to be 0.4 millimeters. Select OK. All right, and the last thing we're going to add is a small fillet. If you look at the Lego Man legs very carefully, you'll notice that, well, it doesn't have these sharp edges on them. They're slightly rounded on a very small scale. So we're going to add some fillets here. One there, one there, okay, one there, 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 pretty much all the way around it, right? And we're going to go ahead and make that fillet distance very small, a distance of 0.2, and select OK. All right, so now let's go ahead and modify this guy. Let's give it appearance, and to be consistent, we're going to make it red. Okay, and then we're going to make it a material of ABS plastic, since all Legos are made out of ABS. Okay, So now you're probably going, hey, well, we made the right foot. What about the left foot, Mr. Fuller? And that's where we're going to go ahead and mirror this. So we're going to do, let's go ahead and save this guy as right foot, or right leg, excuse me. Okay, and then now let's come on over here and do a offset plane from this surface, a distance of 0.63 millimeters. Okay, or whatever, something like that. And now we're going to come on over to mirror. Okay, and we're going to go down to bodies now, and we're going to select our entire body of an image, and we're going to select that plane we just created. Okay, and now we have both legs. Awesome. So I'm going to save this guy now as, wait, hit cancel, save as both Lego legs, hit save. All right, and now I'm going to go ahead and start a sketch here, and I'm going to just drag out a square, something like that. Finish my sketch, and I'm going to extrude this guy and cut it. Okay, whoops, let's do an edit undo, extrude. I didn't click here, so now let's extrude all that guy and click OK. And now we're going to save this guy as, whoop, let's come over here to our data panel. So we have our right leg. We're going to save as left Lego leg and hit save. All right, and that'll do it. You've made both legs. You're good to go. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.